In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on September 5th, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. New York Mets versus Pittsburgh Pirates. The National League East leading New York Mets will play the first of 3 games on the road against the National League Central last-place Pittsburgh Pirates on Monday. New York has a 2-game lead over Atlanta, while Pittsburgh is out of playoff contention. The Mets will send Taijuan Walker to the mound, while the Pirates will counter with Bryce Wilson. This is the first meeting between the two this season. The Mets are 8-2 in their last 10 Monday games and 27-13 in their last 40 overall. The Pirates are 0-8 in their last 8 home games and 15-36 in their last 51 overall. The under is 5-0 in Mets' last 5 games following a loss. The under is 5-0 in Pirates' last 5 overall. The over is 5-1 in the last 6 meetings in Pittsburgh. The New York Mets are battling to hold off the Atlanta Braves at the top of the National League East, while Pittsburgh has a firm grasp on last place in the National League Central. The Pirates have lost 7 straight at home, and Pittsburgh has lost each of the last 5 when playing against a team with a winning record. The Mets have won 27 of the last 39 overall as well as 12 of the last 16 when playing against a team that has a winning percentage of less than .400. Mets starting pitcher Taijuan Walker has allowed 3 earned runs or less in 4 consecutive starts, while Pittsburgh starting pitcher Bryce Wilson has allowed 3 or more runs in each of the last 4 starts. The Pittsburgh Pirates just can't get out of their own way, and I doubt things change with Mitch Keller on the mound, a pitcher who is coming off in August where he allowed 12 earned runs in his last 23 innings. Taijuan Walker was rocked in August, but he's been consistent overall this season, which includes having a 3.29 earned run average and .245 allowed batting average on the road. Plus, this is a very important game for the Mets as the Atlanta Braves are coming fast for the first spot in the National League East. So the New York Mets to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Pittsburgh has a hard time scoring runs as the Pirates have scored fewer runs than every other team except 2. The total has finished under in each of Pittsburgh's last 4 and 4 of the last 5 games that Pittsburgh has played at home and in each of the last 4 games that Pittsburgh has played against a team with a winning record. The Pirates are such an under team because they don't hit. They've gone under in 5 straight games and 7 of 8. That's mostly due to a lack of power, but their starting pitching has been serviceable. Walker gives a solid 5 to 6 innings for each effort, and when he gives the ball to the bullpen, they've normally been reliable aside from a bad Saturday effort. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Toronto Blue Jays versus Baltimore Orioles. Game 1. Toronto will try to extend its 3-game winning streak when it travels to Baltimore on Monday afternoon for the first game of a doubleheader. The Blue Jays swept the Pirates over the weekend, picking up a 4-3 win on Sunday. Baltimore had its 4-game winning streak snapped in a 5-0 loss to Oakland to wrap up the weekend. This has become a very important series for both teams, especially because Toronto has not been good against Baltimore this season. They are just 3-6 against their rivals. Toronto has been lucky throughout the year, and this is just the 3rd doubleheader they have played this season. They are 1-1 in first games and have momentum off a sweep at Pittsburgh over the weekend. Not the most impressive of accomplishments, but necessary given how tight things are in the American League right now. Baltimore continues to astound and is a legit playoff threat, especially if they continue their success against the Jays. The Orioles are also playing in just their 3rd doubleheader of the season also. They are 0-2 in first games and 2-0 in seconds. The Orioles had been having a good weekend until Sunday when Oakland rose up to avoid a series sweep. It has been their pitching that has gotten Baltimore to where it is right now. They are in the top 10 in the majors in earned run average. It looks like the Jays are going to give the ball to former Oriole Kevin Gausman to start this pivotal series. Gausman was inconsistent in August, but the Jays did go 5-1 in his starts. He has made 1 start against Baltimore this season, and he gave up a season-high 7 runs. Righty Jordan Lyles has actually been a factor in the O's success this season. Brought into 8 innings, he has done more than that. This has been his best season in the majors to date. Gausman might have gotten hit when he faced Baltimore before, but it is hard not to like him in Toronto in this spot. The bats were a little quiet in Pittsburgh, but the Jays' pitching was great. Plus, Gausman is a guy who can go deep into a game, and that is definitely what you want in a doubleheader. The Baltimore bullpen is underrated, but they are still going to find a way to ration the outs they are going to need. Expectations with Lyles are not as high, so the Toronto Blue Jays money line is our full game side pick. The Blue Jays are averaging 4.64 runs per game and 4.92 runs per game on the road. They averaged 3.67 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Orioles. With Baltimore giving up 3.81 runs per game at home, the Blue Jays will be held under their average in this game. The Orioles are averaging 4.23 runs per game and 4.45 runs per game at home. They averaged 4 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays and Orioles played under the total in their last 2 meetings. Baltimore has now gone under the total in 10 of its last 11 games, as the betting market refuses to adjust to the Orioles' offensive struggles. They are near the bottom of the majors in batting average, which is the primary reason that they keep playing low-scoring games. Their pitching has also been excellent, including the last 2 times through the rotation for Lyles. Toronto has gone from 1st to 4th in the batting average rankings over the past few weeks, so the Blue Jays are not in their top form at the plate either. With Toronto giving up 3.84 runs per game on the road, the Orioles won't score enough runs to push the score past the total. Plus, Gausman is on fire right now and should limit Baltimore's scoring opportunities, making this another profitable spot to back the under in a game involving the Orioles. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Minnesota Twins versus New York Yankees. The Minnesota Twins have been trying to get back to the top of the American League Central with a 68-64 record so far. Righty Chris Archer will be on the mound and is coming off a no decision against the Boston Red Sox, where he threw 4.1 innings and gave up 4 runs on 5 hits with 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. The New York Yankees are hanging on to the American League East lead by a thread as they have a 5-game lead with an 80-54 record so far. Right-hander Jameson Taillon is going to be pitching here and is coming off a no decision against the Los Angeles Angels, where he went 2 innings and allowed 2 runs on 2 hits with no walks and 2 strikeouts before leaving the game after being hit in the right wrist with a comebacker. Looking at the previous 7 starts for both pitchers, Chris Archer is 0-3 with a 6.98 earned run average and a 1.45 WHIP, while Jameson Taillon is 2-2 with a 4.06 earned run average and a 1.01 WHIP during those games. Even the offenses have been showing a bit of a difference, as Minnesota is scoring 4.63 runs per game in their 63 road games, while New York is averaging 5 runs per game in their 65 games played at Yankee Stadium so far. The Twins are 10-41 in their last 51 games played at Yankee Stadium. Minnesota is inconsistent and has now dropped 3 out of their last 4 games. The Twins have been horrible on the road, where they have lost 7 out of their last 8. It's no secret the Yankees are struggling, but they are finally back home after a 10-game road trip. The Yankees were able to finally get a win against the Rays to close out their last series, which helped keep their lead in the American League East. Minnesota is tied for the American League Central lead with Cleveland. Both of these teams have struggled in recent games, but I believe the Yankees' bats will come alive against Archer, so the New York Yankees money line is our full game side pick. Minnesota is producing, averaging 5 runs in their last 10 games. They excelled at the plate against the Yankees in June, scoring 19 runs in the 3 games. Taillon will do enough to contain them, but will give up a few runs. He has allowed 8 homers in his last 6 outings. In addition, the Yankees' bats are due to break out, and this is an excellent opportunity. Archer is struggling and logged a poor 5.74 earned run average in August. The Yankees have posted 21 runs in 3 games against the Twins this season. The over is also 12-3-1 in the Yankees' last 16 home games against the Twins. New York's ballpark in the Bronx ranks 8th for home runs, which has certainly helped Aaron Judge continue his MVP season as he closes in on the American League record for homers. Archer just recently proved that his former American League East rivals remember him well, as his last outing was a 15-run game against the Red Sox. Even the previous series between these teams was high-scoring, and that was in Minnesota. The lowest-scoring contest still had 9 total runs, and the Yankees scored 10 runs themselves in the other 2 games. Despite the decline of the offense recently, they still have the talent, and they perform better at home. Even Taillon may allow an extra run or 2 than usual facing the league's batting average leader, Luis Ariz. He broke up Dylan Cease's no-hitter in the 9th inning on Saturday and should continue making his mark. The combination of New York's familiarity with Chris Archer and the hitter-friendly Yankee Stadium should have Monday's opener go over this low total. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.